gonna break them down. New York. We gonna shake them down. New York. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks.
What up? What up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Church Guys post-game show for Thursday night, the 25th of January, 2024. We're here. You're there. I got my brother with me, Pastor David Wright, who's in the car. Hopefully, Bishop
What's
J
up,
will
y'all?
be able to join us from Atlanta. Bishop L, he's going to be mad that he missed this tonight. He's preaching a revival right now. Well, he just finished preaching. I was sneaking and watching a little bit of that while I was watching the game. And really, I could have watched the whole sermon because the fourth quarter, the game got out of hand. Oh, my goodness. Knicks win huge tonight, 122-84 over the defending champion, Denver Nuggets. Pastor
Yes. Oh, my goodness. Woo! OG put on a show tonight.
He did. OG Anunoby, 26 points, led the team in scoring
Led
tonight.
us in scoring. I
Plus
think we now
38 in
11
the first finals.
plus 38,
Plus 38 tonight for OG Anunoby.
and we won by 38.
Yep. So he was the difference on both ends of the floor.
Absolutely.
And yes, Ted, that is a perfect thing. They did it without their starting center. They did it without their starting center and their
Or
backup
backup
center.
center.
They were playing with the third and fourth string centers against Nikola Jokic, the reigning finals MVP. Wow. The Knicks
This
are
was a
scary.
huge statement win tonight. I thought Philadelphia was, when we beat Philly big time like that.
36
But
against
I think-
Philadelphia, 38 tonight.
And I think that tonight was even bigger because Denver's a tough team.
Denver they are the favorite, the repeat in the Western Conference. I know Minnesota is leading the conference, the Western Conference that is right now, but Denver is still the favorite to come out of the West. So for the Knicks to do this to the team that's favored to come out of the Western Conference tonight shows me that they can play with anybody.
Yes,
And can dominate any team.
I'm loving it. They dominated. And Tibbs took them out in the fourth. He took the starters out.
The starters didn't play the fourth quarter. I'm so happy.
He took them out.
We didn't see Brunson. We didn't see Randall. OG started the fourth because he plays with the second unit. But as soon as that lead got up to 35, he pulled him out the game.
Go on.
It was like, nah, we got to play Miami Saturday. All of y'all sit down.
Yeah.
So
this is a huge win for the Knicks tonight. I'm loving what I'm seeing. We 11-2 now since the trade. And I think it was a great move. I don't know if we even need to make another move. I'm scared to make another move because I don't want to mess up what we got going on right now.
It's interesting that you say that because if they played if the bench shot like this every night, I would say, now we ready. Don't make a move. We're good. Stand pat. Let's just make a run with this team. But I just get nervous because our bench is so erratic right now. There's nobody that's just gonna there's nobody on the bench that's just gonna put the team on their back right now. But I will give, and you'll appreciate this because this never happens. Wait, Bishop J Mac is joining us, so I have to bring him on before I say what I'm about to say. I'm gonna give props to Tom Thibodeau. I'm going to give props, and not because he yanked the starters when he should have. We didn't see our superstars in the fourth quarter, which we shouldn't have. And OG got out of there once the league got to 30. So that was good job by Tibbs getting him out of there. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the last two games. If you've noticed, you can now see OG Anunoby is playing the RJ Barrett role with the second unit. He is clearly the offensive go-to. It's as Tibbs is saying, we don't need to make a deal. My third option's right here. He's going to defend for the first 3 quarters, and in the fourth quarter, I'm gonna let him unleash his offense to put teams away, because that's exactly what's happened the last 2 games.
Well, first of all, good evening, gentlemen. And
Mr. J Mac.
listen, I told you, I'll admit it. You know, he's doing a great job these last few games.
Yep.
You know, and I hope that he stays this way. My only concern was the rotations with him. You know, and the minutes. You know, if he calmed that down, you know, and then now he's starting to work OG into the offense.
Yes.
You know, the first, you know, the games he's been here, OG kind of just been like off the ball or whatever. Now OG's making a concerted effort. I mean,
they're running plays for him. You can see they're running plays for him now.
6 steals tonight. I mean, 6 steals in the passing lane. I mean, you can't, you know. I was going to ask Pastor Davey, you know, RJ who, you know, I was going to say, you know, because RJ who, you know, because
at this point, yeah,
you know, because I mean, listen, I think this year, you know, if you get another player, fine, but if not, you roll with what you got. I think they need to make another move though, and I think they will. But you don't have to get a superstar this year,
right? You don't.
You can get
your superstar is wearing number 11. I'm just gonna call it what it is. Your superstar is wearing number 11.
You can get Bruce. You can get Bruce Brown now. Now you can get a Bruce Brown because he's a Josh Hart type of player too. So you got both of those dogs coming off the bench. You know, running and gunning, playing defense. You're gonna be all right. You know, so I'm happy with the Knicks win. I didn't get a chance to see it all, but thank you for the assist.
It is.
I do have that app down here on my TV, so thank you for the assist. But
that was the secret for me, because remember, I'm in Virginia too. But what I did was when I set it up using my old address in New York. So I still get all the New York stuff, and I never changed it. So and it was brilliant. I'm glad I did that, because
I wish I would have said something earlier in the chat, because I was watching the Celtics kill the Miami Heat. It was killing them, and Porzingis twisted his ankle. He landed on he landed on Adebayo.
Bam Adebayo just injures people, so I mean, we already know.
And he had to be helped off the floor. They were playing 4-on-5 at the other end of Celtics, and Jason Tatum still hit a 3, and then they called the time, and then Miami called a timeout, and then Porzingis, they had to help him to the locker room. So he's gonna be out. He's gonna be out for a while.
As good as Spo is, I just don't think Miami has the firepower this year. I just don't think Miami has it this year. And
listen, and Philly got blown out tonight.
Yes, they did.
So
yes, they did. So 3 of the top 6 teams in the league went down in flames tonight.
So the Knicks are making their move up the ladder in the East. That's the point
I'm making. Joins us fresh out the pulpit.
The Knicks are making their move up the Eastern Conference ladder.
Can I ask a question?
I know you love preaching, Bishop Bell, but I know you mad. You came out, looked at the score of this game, and went, "I missed this."
No, I didn't miss it.
He was watching it.
I was
in the Reverend.
Multitasking. I was multitasking. A good preacher is up to date with current events.
Is that what
there you go?
Okay.
You like Davey was last year at the bank at Bishop Figueroa banquet. He had the phone on the table. He had the phone on the table
watching the game.
But at least Davey was just at the banquet. Hell was the preacher.
Well, can I just ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Are they taking our boy serious yet?
Listen.
Are they taking our boy serious yet?
I want them to keep sleeping on us. I want them to keep sleeping.
Well, Kendrick Perkins he picked the Knicks 2 weeks ago.
He did. He absolutely did. Kendrick Perkins is picking the Knicks to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. He didn't say win it yet, but he said the Knicks are going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
But he's been a buyer of the Knicks for like the last 2 to 3 weeks. He's even when everybody on the show was counting them out, he was like, "Y'all watch what I tell y'all." And now you know he's gonna be gloating now.
And I also want to ask this question: when they gonna stop playing with Jalen Brunson?
I'm telling you.
I mean,
when they gonna stop playing with Jalen?
I think they have now finally, because especially after Candace Parker said that stupidness the other day.
She was so off.
She was way off. She was a false prophet in every sense of the word.
What did she say?
She said that Jalen Brunson. She agreed because they played the clip of Becky Hammond saying that you can't win with a small guy as your superstar, and she was agreeing with that. And she talked about how she felt like he didn't have a good second round against the Miami Heat, and we were looking at her
When
like
he actually had a better second round than he had first round.
He averaged 31 a game in the second round. They were roasting her after that? They've been roasting her ever since.
Josh Hart said, unfortunately, some of our journalists don't watch basketball. That's what Josh Hart said. He said, unfortunately, some of our journalists in sports, they don't watch basketball, and this is what you come up with.
This is. Well, Teddy, tell mother I love her and tell her keep praying. Mom Simpson's been a Knicks fan since the championship years. Tell her keep praying. These Knicks are looking like something this year. After a win like this, after this win tonight, I'm almost ready to jump out the window, y'all. I'm almost ready.
Whoa.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Whoa.
I'm almost
I gotta
ready.
tell you. Did y'all hear what Shaq said? Shaq said, I'm gonna post it later, that he hasn't seen a small guard able to get where he wants and score from wherever he wants like this since Allen Iverson.
True. Very true. Very true.
That's a big statement. That's a very big statement.
Brunson's footwork is phenomenal, man. I mean, there's no guard like that.
Phenomenal footwork.
I want to say this again because I was watching the Celtic game. Reggie Miller has Brunson as his top reserve between East and West. He says Brunson has to be on the team. That's what Reggie Miller said tonight.
He's right. He's right.
Yes.
When you look at the numbers of even the starters, Brunson is his numbers are as good, if not better, than all of them. All of the 5 people.
Can I ask a question? Wait. I got a question. Can you look it up?
Yes, sir.
Dwayne, where is Brunson in the stats, in the league leader stats? Where's he at? Because he can't be far. He can't be far. There's no way.
He's top 20. I know that for sure.
He's top 15 in scoring. He's top 15.
I'm gonna check right now.
Y'all know.
But remember,
while I'm doing it, y'all like, share, tag, and comment.
The All-Star game is a popularity contest, guys. Y'all know that.
Yeah, of course. NBA
Listen, Harden was upset that he didn't get in last year, and Harden did have the numbers to be an All-Star. He didn't even get selected as a reserve.
Jalen Brunson is 12th in the league in scoring right now.
Boom.
12th in the league in scoring.
He's 12th in the league in scoring. There is only one Eastern Conference. No, there are 2 Eastern Conference guards ahead of him in scoring: Trae Young and Donovan Mitchell. They're the only 2 ahead of him in scoring.
You're saying, all right, you're saying he's 12th. However, what are the numbers? Like what? Because that's what matters. Because I want to know how far he is from getting up to like 2.
He's at 26.6 per game. Joel Embiid leads the league at 34.2. I'm
36.
sorry, at 36 a game right now. Luka Doncic is second at 33.6. Giannis is third at 31.3. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is fourth right now at 31.1. Kevin Durant is fifth at 29.1. Donovan Mitchell is at 2. So he's a full point behind Donovan Mitchell, and Donovan Mitchell is sixth right now.
And Donovan Mitchell's not a point guard.
No,
that's what I'm talking about. No. I'm only asking this question because over the last couple of games, he's been averaging 30-something.
Yeah, he's been averaging 35 a game over the last 5 games leading up to today. He only had 21 tonight, but he didn't have to play in the fourth quarter.
And it's a 5-game win streak.
Those are the things that matter to Jalen Brunson, and that's the beauty of having a guy like him on your team. He don't care about those stats.
I want him to be the MVP. I want him to be the MVP.
Not gonna happen this year.
I think you.
No, the only way Jalen Brunson gets consideration for MVP is if somehow after the All-Star break, the Knicks go on a run and finish first or second in the Eastern Conference. Because then you've got to consider him at that point because he's a player that is clearly impacting winning.
Well, it's a possibility. I'm telling y'all because because Porzingis is hurt again. That's a big loss. That's going to be a big loss for them.
Oh, that's a huge loss for them.
That's going to be a big and Philly got blown out tonight.
Philly got blown tonight. Miami got beat by 30 by the Celtics tonight.
This what we got to look at, y'all. We had our injury bug with our centers. The rest of these teams ain't really hit an injury streak yet. I know Embiid ain't gonna last this whole season. He never does.
He doesn't. You're right. He
never does. Porzingis ain't gonna last this whole season. He never does.
We see.
That's why I told y'all in the chat. He got to get helped off the court.
Porzingis going down with a sprained ankle. You know he's gonna be out for at least 2 weeks.
Which is mean after the All. Just say he coming back after the All. If he comes back, it's going to be after the All-Star break.
This is the time now for the Knicks to make a move.
Well, remember I said we gotta go 10-3. This game tonight was one of the 3 that I thought we would lose.
Me too.
This game tonight was one of the 3 that I thought we would lose. So now I'm looking for them to go 11-2.
But again, remember they have not had their big because Tibbs teams have that 3 to 4 game losing streak, but then they have the big winning streak when they gel. They're gelling right now. We could be in the middle of that big winning streak that propels them to second. After tonight's win and Philly losing, the Knicks are only a game behind the Philadelphia 76ers in the win column.
Wow.
2 games in the loss column, but Philly has 29 wins. We now have 28 wins. We're right on their heels.
And Milwaukee going down too. This whole Doc Rivers thing, this thing ain't gonna work out like they think.
Milwaukee's in the toilet, and I have no faith in Milwaukee at this point.
I have no faith in Doc Rivers. He's 6-10. He's lost his last 5 game 7s. He's on a 5-game losing streak in game 7.
Yo, JJ Redick went off on his podcast.
How do you fire a guy who's 30-12 and bring in a guy that's got a 5-game losing streak in the play? You're not playing for the regular season.
Right.
This is a playoff team. This is a championship team. And you bring somebody in who can't get over the hump in a game 7, I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Of all your options out there, Doc Rivers was like, if you had said you were bringing in Jeff Van Gundy, if you said you were bringing in Mark Jackson, who, granted, neither of them have won championships, but you know that these guys are proven winners in big games.
Even Mike D'Antoni.
Listen,
Mike
he better than Doc Rivers.
Mike
He's
D'Antoni.
better than Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers hasn't won since 2008, and I think people are missing that point.
Shaq brought it up. Shaq brought it up the other night. He said Doc Rivers is living off this one championship. That's what he said.
Yep, and it's the truth.
Living off of it.
That's what he said.
Living off of it.
My father was alive the last time Doc Rivers won.
Davey.
Long time.
Davey.
It's the truth.
Davey.
Dave.
I miss Timothy, right? Listen, no. It's funny that you said that, Davey, because I preached for Steel Memorial tonight.
Oh wow.
Steel Memorial Fire Baptized. And I just I had a whole nostalgic moment thinking about all the fire baptized, yo. I miss FBH. I can't even lie. It's an antiquated place, but I miss convention and all that stuff. I miss that.
It ain't more antiquated than National Baptist Convention. I'll
Lord,
leave
please,
it there. I'll
I'm
leave
about
it
to say,
there.
let's not even go. Let's stay
I'll
on
leave it. I'm
sports.
gonna leave it there. But I just had to say it ain't
That-
more antiquated than that.
That's
I
another
heard they, I
conversation.
heard they got hacked. They said they got hacked.
Yeah,
Can't.
Lies,
and I got a
garbage, and
bridge to sell you
trash.
down. I got a bridge to
Lies,
sell you downtown Brooklyn.
garbage, and trash.
I got a bridge to sell you downtown Brooklyn.
So the Knicks are a game behind Philly in the win
Yeah, you
column.
keep on moving, D-Lo, because you keep on.
Yeah. We'll move the show along. Move the show along.
Keep on moving.
3 games behind Milwaukee in the win column for second place. So the Knicks have an outside shot if this is the run pre-All-Star break of actually getting themselves into contention for the second seed before the All-Star break. And I think if they can get up to number 2 by the All-Star break, there's no stopping them at that point.
I think we definitely gonna get 3 by the All-Star break.
It's looking that way.
Either we're gonna have it or we're gonna be tied for third. I believe we're gonna get 3. We're gonna get to that third spot.
2 games back of Philly for third, 3.5 back of Milwaukee for second. So it's getting real interesting now. It's getting real interesting.
As the Macho Man says, the cream will rise to the top.
Rise to the top. Cream will rise to the top. So a real huge win tonight for the Knickerbockers, 122-84. I got to keep saying it, over the defending champions.
That's a big win.
Yeah.
That's a statement win.
And
Now, didn't we get a win against them earlier this year?
Yeah, we beat them in Denver and we beat them here now.
Statement.
I think that's the game Jalen Brunson dropped 50. Wait. We beat them in Denver. Sure did.
So
But tonight was a statement win. No, we blew them out.
Tonight was an absolute statement win. My Pastor Tate says they can get the Eastern Conference. They absolutely can at this point. And Nikola Jokic had a Nikola Jokic game. I was watching this guy during this game, y'all, and I was just like, yo, it don't make no sense for him to be that skilled at that size. But 31 and 11 tonight from Jokic. But I could see that the Knicks were frustrating him defensively. Credit to Jericho Sims. Sims picked up 4 fouls, but he played physically against Jokic, which was huge. He didn't leave him open on the perimeter. Jokic only took 3 threes. He made 2 of them. But kudos to Jericho Sims, who did a great job, and Precious Achiuwa. He's so precious. who did a great job as well.
I told you, Davey, precious memories. I told you.
Precious memory.
And the game plan, you can see the game plan was clear. They knew, listen, Jokic is going to get his. We're going to make him a scorer tonight. Jokic only had 3 assists. And in games where Jokic is not able to move the basketball and get his teammates involved, that's where Denver is vulnerable, because OG locked up Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray tonight, 3 of 11, 9 points. OG Anunoby.
Yo, the rest of the team only had 50. The rest of the team had 54 points outside of Jokic.
Yep. The Knicks defensive game plan has become OG Anunoby is the perfect Tibbs player in terms of how he plays defense and the fact that he can defend multiple positions. And
this dude got a 7'6" wingspan.
And that's right, Overseer Allen. Let Jokic score and shut down everyone else. That's it. And they did it. Fantastic job. No, I'm not glad about that. Dante DiVincenzo at the end of the second quarter went for a steal and poked Jokic in the eye. So Jokic left with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. But by that point, the Knicks were already up 15. So it was already trending. So I'm not even – and he came back to start the second half. Once the Knicks got up 30, Mike Malone pulled him and got him out of there. I think Jay was having a little bit of technical difficulty. I'm sure he'll be back. But the game plan on Jokic was fantastic. They shut down his Robin, and the Knicks really ran away with this one. So 3:00 on Saturday, we got the Miami Heat. Another important game against a conference opponent, a team that is chasing us in the standings, and the Knicks have an opportunity to put some more distance between them and the also-rans of the NBA. It's now time for the Knicks to take this seriously and get to the point to where they want to be taken seriously in the upper echelon of the Eastern Conference. And I think this is the run that's going to do it.
I agree.
Me too.
I agree.
This is it.
My brother, Elder Pierre Malin. Yes, go ahead, El.
This is for all the bags. This is for all the bags.
Yep. The key has always been keep Murray from going off. He's a major factor in that, and he absolutely is. But and you know, when you go back to what Kenny Smith said earlier in the season, which we all agreed was a true statement, how the Knicks were just mid because at no point do they have the best player on the floor against these elite teams. That is no longer the case, obviously, with Jalen Brunson emerging as a superstar. But also, even without him without the Knicks having the best scorer or the best player, they have the best defender on any team. They have the best one-on-one defender in the league in OG Anunoby.
Facts.
The best. And that's a difference maker right there. That's Tayshaun Prince in Boston, in Detroit. When they won their championship. Remember how Tayshaun Prince could guard 1 through 4?
Yes.
He was long and light skinned, but he could guard 1 through 4 and nail that corner 3. And you have guys like that. And this team is looking special. This team is looking special. Yes, hopefully we get Hartenstein back on Saturday because I do think we need a bigger body against Bam Adebayo. Just got to be careful because Bam injures Knicks players. But
We do.
The conversation. Doug Woodall asked, do you all think the Knicks showed the league how to play and win against Denver tonight? Absolutely. Again, giving Tibbs his props. The game plan was flawless tonight. But
Let Jokic get his.
OG Anunoby. When you have an OG Anunoby, as a defensive coach, you got that kind of a player. When you got an OG Anunoby, when you got a Josh Hart, when you got a Dante DiVincenzo, who quietly does a great job on defense himself.
Yes. Very gritty.
He's a flamethrower on the offensive end, yes, but Dante DiVincenzo is a plus defender as well. And I don't think he gets talked about enough in terms of being a perimeter defender, especially what I've seen with him with us this year. And in games where he and Quentin Grimes tonight, 19 points off the bench. And again, tonight was the night when I saw the Grimes that I saw in the summer league. He was making his 3. He was slashing and getting to the basket. It was just Deuce McBride just shooting lights out tonight. That's the team that needs to show up every night. Tonight was the team that needs to show up every night. Bishop Williams just said the Miami Heat played tonight. Yeah, they played and they got beat by 33. So let's not talk about them.
By the Celtics, yes, they did. Now, and you know what? We always look at players. They say, "Oh, they make their teammate better." Like Magic made everybody better offensively. This dude OG is making everybody better defensively.
That's a great point, Gabe.
I'm seeing Julius Randle trying to shut people down now on defense. This dude is something, man. I slept on this whole trade. I was mad about it. But now,
yes, you are.
My eyes have seen the glory.
Yes, you are. Your eyes have seen the glory?
My eyes have seen.
You're going to have to go in the lab and write a song about
OG.
it.
Oh, yes.
Go write an ode to OG.
Because Josh Hart, he picking up his D. Dante picking up his D. And that thing, imagine when Mitchell Robinson get back.
Brunson leads the league in taking charges. Let's not forget that. Brunson leads in taking charges. He's picked up his defense. Like OG Anunoby, his defense, the way he plays, he plays so hard, but he plays smart. But you can see his spirit is contagious, and it's infecting the team positively in a very, very good way. Yes, Pierre, I said that Tayshaun Prince was long and light skinned. He absolutely was. He was long and light skinned.
Only one thing we gonna have to pay this man. Woo, we gonna have to pay him.
Listen, the Knicks forget the finals. The Knicks go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Get that man whatever he wants.
Got to pay him now.
Get that man whatever he wants. Woodall says they have to cancel the game against the Heat. No. Come on in here, Miami, and get this work. Come in here and take this 30-piece on Saturday. Well, no, that's not going to happen because Spoelstra always game plans for us. Jimmy Butler gets up for the Garden, but I'm less afraid about Saturday's game than I normally would be about a Knicks Heat game because I really feel like we're finally at the point where, we can pretty much take anybody. The Heat burned themselves tonight. Sam, you're hilarious. And he says, glad to hear your voice, Pastor David.
Grimes. What up, everybody?
Pierre says Grimes needs the coach to give him opportunities every game. Because like you said, Bishop D'Lo, that young man can play, and he showed it in Summer League and All-Star. Yes, Grimes can play. We've all said it where it comes to Tibbs and him yanking younger players when they make a mistake, but how else will they learn? You've got to give them the opportunity to learn, develop, and grow. And they turn into you see flashes of brilliance with Grimes, and you see flashes of brilliance with Deuce. And you've got to give them the opportunity to grow. Don't get me wrong. I understand what Tibbs is doing because I think Tibbs gets it. He knows this is year 4. He needs to make a move. They need to win. They need to get out of the second round. So he's trying to win as much as possible. And so he's going to ride his horses. But at what cost? You cannot cost yourself the development of the young guys who clearly have game, who other teams want. Remember, Indiana wanted Obi Toppin. Toronto wanted R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly. So we have guys that other teams want. And remember how a couple of years ago they were saying that the Knicks didn't have young players that teams want? Now the Knicks young players are coveted. There are teams that want Quentin Grimes. So they see something. Let's develop that and allow that to grow. That is my only knock on Tibbs for today because I got to be nice. The last couple of games, he's done a great job coaching his team.
Yeah, I got to shut my mouth when it comes to Tibbs now. I can't say anything.
Wait, I look at the camera like, what? Did he just say that?
I can't kill him. They're 11 games over. I can't kill them.
Overseer Allen, yes. I think the difference that separates the Knicks defensively is everyone is equally locked in on defense. Other teams may have one or two elite defenders, and everyone just does enough. That's true. The Knicks have an elite defender right now in OG Anunoby, and everybody else is a plus defender. Maybe they're not elite like OG, but if you got that one elite defender and everybody else is a plus defender, you held the defending champions to 84 points tonight.
Even Randall is playing better on defense. He's doing better.
David just said that. Yep.
Yeah, even Randall. Like I said, I can't kill Tibbs and I can't kill Randall right now. They're playing great. I can't kill them.
Bishop Small said, what about Precious Achiuwa? Yes. Precious, as you can see, is getting more comfortable playing with his new teammates, and it's making a difference. He only had 2 points tonight, but he had 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and we lost nothing when Jericho left the game in terms of defending and making things difficult. Because, listen, Jokic got 31, but that was a difficult 31 tonight. It was a very
he worked for it.
And we don't have to rush. And we don't have to rush Hartenstein back now. We
Not
can
at
let
all.
Hartenstein take his time, get back. Don't rush him. We're on the win streak. Everybody's flowing. The rotations are working. Go ahead, get healthy, Isaiah, and when you get back, you'll get back in the flow.
That's it.
That is absolutely it. Agreed. Tibbs has to ease off the gas. Yo, bro, we've been saying this for weeks. Tibbs cannot run these starters into the ground. He cannot. That cost us last year when Randall got hurt in the playoffs. You cannot run because, again, the injuries like that happen where you need surgery when you're fatigued. That's when most injuries happen in the NBA with a fatigued player. And so it's very, very important that they don't do that. We lost L for a minute. Looked like he was in a restaurant getting ready to eat. So I definitely understand. But we thank him for joining in on this evening. So Sam said that we all four lay hands on Tibbs, and now he's getting it. We've been praying. I mean, we didn't get to lay hands on him.
We've been fasting. I've been on a fast and prayer.
Y'all already know. You listen. You know, listen, y'all. You just got on the fast, Davey. We've been fasting for the last. We've been fasting for the last 2.5 years. We've been fasting. We've been fasting for 4 years. We've been fasting for Tibbs for 4 years. We've been fasting for a long time.
Lord Jesus.
Yes. And the Lord has heard our cry and seems to be answering our prayer, because Tibbs has finally seemed like he's getting it. I don't know if his assistants are getting in his ear finally, or I don't know if he's just finally waking up and realizing that he's got some guys.
It's like you guys said. He got the horses now.
Yeah.
If he don't do something, management is watching. Y'all said it. Y'all guys said it. He's got to deliver. The pressure is on. The pressure ain't on nobody else on that team but him.
It's on him.
It ain't on Randall. It ain't on Brunson. It ain't on Anunoby. It's on none of it. It ain't even on Deuce coming off the bench or Brunson or Grimes or Hart. It's not on none. It is simply on
the coach.
It's on him. If this team falter in the first round, even the second round, I say the second round, but they'll give him another chance if he falters in the second. But I say if they don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals this year, he ought to be out of here.
Or at least he should be, because it'll be clear that he can't get this team over the hump. And you got to bring somebody in who can get this team over the hump. Because, again, with what we're seeing right now, you know, it appears that OG was the missing piece in terms of what he needed for his type of team, along with Brunson emerging as a superstar. I mean, at this point, you've got to call Jalen Brunson a superstar. You have to. Like,
it's not you. No, he is. He's a superstar.
The body of work is there. He is a superstar in this league, and Jalen Brunson deserves the kudos for being that kind of a player. Pierre says might be the reason D Rose lost a lot of his prime years because of how Tibbs ran him to the ground. He hasn't learned anything, in my humble opinion. Well, yeah, up until this point, up until the beginning of this season, yeah, Pierre, we would all agree with you, because we have killed him on this show since we started it during the playoffs last year. We have killed him on this show for the way that he does not make adjustments and the way that he runs his players into the ground. And you know what? At times we
might have lost. I think we lost the Miami series because, remember, Randall did come back, but that ankle injury never really came back to the Randall that he was.
He couldn't. He was hurt. He played hurt
because of that ankle injury.
And RJ disappeared.
Yep.
Yeah. So Tibbs gonna do.
You breaking up, Dave?
It just seems like Randall is playing easier.
Yes, he's playing a lot freer and easier. I like the way he played tonight. Early on, he was making the right play. He slowed his game down a little bit. I like the fact that in the post he made quick moves tonight. That's the Randall I need to see, because in the post nobody can stay with him. He doesn't have to look, probe, and search. He needs to feel where his man is, make a decision, and go. Trust your bag.
He's passing much better out of the double teams
Absolutely.
since he's been here. That was his Achilles heel. He could not pass out of the double team. He has worked on that part of his game, and that's why he was the game before the Nets. He had a triple-double.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he almost had one tonight.
And,
Randall finished tonight with 17 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds tonight.
Yeah. So
and you know where them quick moves are coming from, McCants? He been working with Melo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Melo
you can see the difference.
Drill.
Mm-hmm.
He said you got to get it. The game they were playing was you got to get a shot off in 3 dribbles.
3 dribbles. That's
You got
it.
to do 3 dribbles. He said, and get the shot off.
Yep.
And that's what he's been working on him with. That I've never even thought about working on a drill like that. But
Me neither.
That's why Melo is Melo. And that's why Cayenne is going to be what Cayenne is about to be. Because his father has him work on that stuff now.
Yeah, he's the business. He's the business.
He had a dominant game yesterday for his high school team, Long Island Lutheran. Like this boy is the real deal. But yeah, Melo said that was it. He said I don't play one-on-ones like in a traditional sense. He said everything we do has a purpose. We're working, and so that was the game. It's one-on-one, but with certain spots, and you got 3 dribbles. Make your move. You got to get a shot off in 3 dribbles. That was the game, and you could see the work is starting to pay off.
And he said yeah. He said it's easy. He said I know Randall can bump and boom, boom, boom and get a shot. He said, but the real deal, can you get your shot off in 3 dribbles or 2 dribbles, whatever it was? Can you get your shot off in 2 dribbles?
And listen, I don't care for this era. There was nobody better in the pinch post than Carmelo Anthony.
Listen, LeBron couldn't hold him. He used to kill
LeBron said it.
LeBron.
He's the killer.
Yeah, LeBron said Melo is the toughest person to guard. They had one of these bits when the Knicks were playing the Heat when they were in Miami, and they were walking past each other, and LeBron was like, "Could you take it easy on me tonight?" He said this to Melo, like, "Could you take it easy on me tonight?" Like he didn't want no parts of Melo defensively, and LeBron is a plus defender.
They said Melo will beat you up in the post, and we ain't talking about him playing defense. We talk about the defender was saying that Melo beats you up in the post. He's scoring on you and beating you up while you playing him on defense in the post. That's crazy.
And that's the part that Randall has to continue to develop, because he can beat guys up in the post, but then when you add that little finesse piece to it, you become unstoppable. Because once they adjust to you pounding them, now when you making that move in 3 dribbles and you shooting that fadeaway, and they're like, "Oh my God, I can't stop this guy." No, you can't. And Randall's a lefty.
I was say, don't let him go left. Don't let him go left.
Yeah. And he's a lefty. Forget it.
And he stopped all them spin moves. All them dumb spin moves, stupid spin moves and stuff.
But again,
that mess. Shoot that ball.
Taught him. It's a quick move. Make the decision. Shoot or pass. 3 dribbles.
Take him in the box. Take him to the box and dominate down low. Like, I forgot what night it was. The other night, he didn't shoot that many threes. He didn't take a 3 till like the 3rd quarter. I said, now, this is the Randall I like. He didn't take a 3. He didn't take his first 3 until midway the 3rd quarter. I forgot what game it was. But he hadn't. I said, wow, this is the Randall we've been waiting for.
Julius Randle is probably the only player with a better bag in the post. It's probably than Randall is maybe Kevin Durant. In that mid-range pinch post, the only person with a bigger bag is Kevin Durant, and he's unfair too because he's 7 feet tall. So
right. Nobody can block his shot. Nobody can block his shot.
So if the only other person better than you in the pinch post is Kevin, that's currently still playing, is Kevin Durant, you gotta use that. I'm sure Melo's been in his ear like, bro, this is your game right here. You can feast here. You're gonna get 30 a night just doing this. You don't need to shoot the 3. You don't need to make crazy passes. And when they double team you, he's a better passer than Melo was out of the double team. So, because Melo was gonna force that shot. Again, Melo trusts his shot more than he trusts anything else. But Randall at least has teammates that he can trust and get the ball to. So, I mean, you got to see that. Talking about Jalen Brunson, Pierre says, Jalen Brunson has been a superstar. Dallas didn't use him right. I watched that man play at Villanova and win 2 national titles. Yep. And was player of the year in college. And that's why Cuban was upset. It wasn't tampering. It was he didn't evaluate Brunson correctly. And that's very true.
Well, he kept looking. All he saw was Luka.
Yep.
To be fair, I mean, Luka was there. I mean, Luka wasn't no scrub.
That's true. But remember, Luka went down with that injury that first year that he was there, and Brunson carried that team to the playoffs.
But
Brunson
Luka,
carried that team to the playoffs.
But you still got to. I mean, what do? You got Luka Doncic. You know, I mean.
Listen, I'm not mad at it, but you
That's
ended up
Luka.
going to get Kyrie Irving. How much better would you have been if you had played Brunson alongside Luka?
And Kyrie is hurt. He didn't play last night.
Yeah, I saw that.
And Luka got a fan kicked out of the game.
Hey, like, yo, they getting under his skin now. Like, listen,
They told him he out of shape. They said he got to lose weight.
Yeah, the dude told him you need to run on the treadmill, and then he got him thrown out.
Pierre, I love this comment by you, Pierre. Yet people will say Melo doesn't make players better. It's a shame people don't realize how great he was. Let's be clear. These are pundits and people who have an axe to grind or have a narrative they want to build. The players always talked about how great of a teammate Carmelo Anthony was. The players always talked about how high an IQ player he was. You watched Iman Shumpert talk about how in his rookie year, Melo didn't throw him the ball on a play. And when they got into the locker room, he was all upset at halftime. And Melo said, Shump, chill. I work on that shot. And Shump had to stop and go, you know what? He right. Why is he going to pass me the ball? Because if I miss that shot, all they're going to ask is, why did you pass it? He said, I watched him, whether we won or we lost, whether it was his fault or not. He stood in front of the media and he took the blame. He took the heaviness of the weight of being the white hat, as he likes to call it. And if you can, please check out 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. Absolutely fantastic podcast.
I love it.
And
yeah,
Melo's
doing his thing.
He absolutely is. I love what he's doing. And I had no idea he was that great of a story. Melo is hilarious. He is funny. He is very, very funny. And he's a great storyteller. You can tell from the podcast why players loved him. So the Knicks again win tonight. Quickly around the NBA, we gave you some scores. Pacers beat the 76ers tonight, 134-122. Jazz over the Wizards, 123-108. Timberwolves squeak by the Nets. Nets lose again in the fourth quarter, 96-94. The Nets are, I don't even know what to say. I would say at this point, just deal us Mikal Bridges. We'll take it. Celtics over the Heat, 143-110. Let's just complete the Villanova trifecta. Bring Mikal Bridges across the river, and we'll be very happy.
I'm with that.
And Bulls and Lakers will start at 10:30 tonight.
Halliburton is has been named the All-Star starter because Dame is hurt.
Yep. So Halliburton is going to start. Along with right now, we'll find out who the replacement for Lillard will be next Thursday when they announce the reserves. And I'm hoping it's Jalen Brunson. Listen,
I believe
I'm hoping it
has
Brunson.
to be.
They gotta put him in the All-Star game.
Do you agree with Melo saying that Jokic? No. We talked about this on one of our shows previously. But to answer your question, Overseer Allen, my brother, no. I there's no way they could have known that Jokic was going to be what he is. He was the second round pick. Now, I do believe that they gave him. Not to erase Melo's legacy, but they wanted to get somebody else in the jersey. And that's why, they moved it along so quickly. Did we know he was going to turn into a finals MVP and a superstar and a league MVP and Jokic? There's no way you could have known that. He was a second-round pick. You're not thinking that a second-round pick is going to turn into that, unless you're Pat Riley. He seems to be the only one that knows how to pull guys out of the sanitation heat and be able to turn them into all-stars. But, yeah, I don't think that they knew that. I think it's interesting, but I don't agree with Gilbert Arenas very often, but I absolutely agree what he said. Like, Carmelo Anthony, let that go. Your finest years are with the New York Knicks. You are a Knick.
Melo is a Knick. He is not a Denver Nugget.
He's a Knick, but he led the Denver Nuggets. Him and Iverson led to the Western Conference Finals.
One time.
They had never gone that far. They never gone that far.
But his one and only time, though. He hasn't. He never, up until that time, he never got past the first round.
And what he did for the Knicks?
He got us to the second round. But we were a perennial playoff team with Melo. And no, the Knicks made the playoffs in Melo's first 4 seasons with the Knicks.
Yeah,
They made the playoffs in his first 4 seasons. He was all NBA and an all-star 7 of those years with the Knicks. So you're a Knick, bro. You're a Knick.
Yeah, you're orange and blue, buddy. Stop. You're not LeBron. You're not gonna have it or Jordan have your jersey in every arena. You're not doing it.
Bro, you're sitting courtside at Knick games.
Right. You're not even in Denver. You're not even in Denver.
You live in Brooklyn.
Right.
Your
podcast is here in the 5 boroughs.
There you go.
You're a Knick.
You're a Knick. You courtside every night sipping on tequila and gin and juice. Courtside.
Yep.
At the Knick game.
At the Knick game.
And you worry about what's going on in Colorado? Come on, man.
I mean, to a degree, I understand his feelings about it. But I think a lot of that had more to do with how he felt about George Karl than anything else. But George Karl hasn't been a part of the organization for years. So
look, John Starks could say the same thing about Josh Hart. He ran my number 3. When we think of number 3, even though Josh Hart wears number 3,
it's always going to be John Starks. It's always going to be John Starks.
Remember when Dennis Scott came here and wore number 3? Knicks fans had a fit.
A whole cow. A whole cow.
And he was only here for 1 year.
Matter of fact, he didn't even make it the whole year. They cut him. He didn't even make it the whole year. They cut him because he couldn't hit a 3.
Yep. We got him at the end of his career. That was terrible.
So listen, man. Come on, Melo. Listen. I love me some Melo.
Me too.
He barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah, that was probably his worst take. That was probably his worst take. Because I mean, and it's very true when you think about it. When you see the number 8, when I see the number 8 on anybody, I still see Latrell Sprewell. I'm sorry, I see Latrell Sprewell. When I see the number 23, I see Marcus Camby. You know, because these are guys who were important to the franchise at important times. And you know, Nick Melo was important. He was the first superstar he was the second superstar. Amari was the first one, but he was the first superstar of this era, the second superstar of this era to say, I want the Knicks. I want the bright lights. I want to go to Broadway. I want to play for the Knicks. In a time where LeBron could have been here and didn't want up any part of it. When Wade and Bosh could have been here and didn't want any part of it. Most recently, when Durant and Kyrie Irving could have been here and didn't want a part of it. Melo and Amari will always have a fond place for me because they wanted it. These were superstars in their prime who wanted it.
Since we're talking about numbers that got to go on the rafters, what number was Jeremy Lin?
17.
We got to put him up there.
Okay, you're going too far.
Linsanity alone. Just on Linsanity.
You're going too far.
He shook the whole city up. The whole NBA.
Well, listen.
For like 2 months.
But you only get put up in the Raptors for a career, not for a moment.
Not for 19 games.
Not for a moment. That's why Starks' number ain't up there. Starks had moments, but did he have a Raptor career where his jersey should be lifted to the Raptors? Jeremy Lin had a moment. He had a moment in time, yes.
No, because we ain't never seen nobody from the Knicks take over Sports Center for a whole month. A whole month.
I agree with that, but it was for a moment. It wasn't for a career. He left after that year.
He sure did.
He left.
And he will always be remembered as a New York Knick.
Absolutely.
Yes, and he's played for several franchises after this.
Jeremy Lin has a ring, like Pierre just said, with the Toronto Raptors.
Right. Jeremy Lin got a championship.
He has a ring.
For one good month.
Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet.
Put him up there. 17. Nobody else can wear it. They might need to retire that for the whole league.
Oh, I got one for you. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I want to resurface this. Now that where we are, who gets number 30? Julius or Bernard? And second, who had the better career? Randall or Melo? Those are the two questions I pose.
I'm gonna still right as of right now, in terms of individual statistics, it is still Melo, only because we've only had 4 years of Julius Randle.
Okay.
So
all right.
If his body now we revisit this in 3 years once he gets to that
has the gap closed a little?
It has absolutely closed in the last 2 years. It is absolutely closed in the last 2 years.
As much as I hate to say it, as much as I hate to say it.
Yeah, I do hate to say it. But for that number 30 though, I feel like the Knicks should do what they did with Willis Reed and Richie Guerin and put that 19 up there twice. Like they put that 19 up there twice, put that 30 up there twice.
They could do that.
They can't do that. You got to put it up there twice. Because Bernard King not only had a strong career with the Knicks, but he revived the franchise in the 80s. Because they were on a downward spiral after.
He was the franchise.
Yeah.
He was the franchise.
After the championship run, they had a bad period like we went through. And Bernard King was the savior of the franchise at that point and restored them back to relevancy. Not to mention leading the league in scoring, having 50 and 60-point games. Bernard King deserves to be in the rafters. And if Julius Randle continues, he should be right alongside him.
Okay, because I'm telling you, Julius Randle is making a claim for that 30 now.
Yes, he is.
He's making a claim.
Listen,
again,
if Julius Randle can deliver a title, I'll give it to him. At this point, that's where I'm at.
It's still gonna hurt me though, because I love
it's going. Yeah, absolutely. Same here.
We all know Bernard King is home.
Bernard King is homegrown, and Bernard King was for all of us, at least because we're in the same age group, the three of us. Bernard King was our first real Knick player that we fell in love with as fans.
Right, because we were past
before Patrick Ewing. We were before
Ewing, and we were after Willis
Reed. Clyde Frazier, yeah, we were past that. So Bernard King was our guy.
He was our guy, man.
Yeah.
And Dominique and all those and Bird and Magic, they've all said they didn't want to see Bernard King.
Yep, that's what they said. They wanted no parts of him.
So that's why I'm like, this is gonna be that number 30 gonna be tough in the next few years. That's gonna be tough, Knicks fans.
Listen, if Randall wants that 30 in the rafters, deliver a championship to New York City. And if that championship happens, they have to take the jersey off of Jalen Brunson and put it in the rafters.
Oh yes.
And I saw no one else will wear 11 ever again.
And I'm telling you right now, the Knicks win it.
I have forgotten about Derek Harper now.
the Knicks win the championship. I don't care where I'm at. I'm going to the ticker tape parade. I don't care.
I'm flying in. I'm
telling you right now.
Yeah, I'm flying in.
I'm telling you, somebody, you put that video up the other day talking about New York won't exist. I agree with that, man.
Yes.
New York gonna be burned to the ground.
Up. The Knicks win a championship. New York is gonna be tore.
They're gonna burn New York to the ground.
I'm gonna be
they're gonna burn the garden. He said they're gonna burn the garden so they don't get a chance to lose again.
Yo, that video was hilarious. That video was hilarious.
Nets game.
Listen, we all of us got to get together and go to that.
Oh yeah, we're there.
We coming there.
We're there. We are absolutely there. The Melo argument, not a good one because Melo did more with less. Can you imagine if Melo had this team around him? I can't say that he did more with less because that first year he did have a.
He had Tyson Chandler, Jason Kidd. He had Amari Stoudemire.
Well, that was an old team, and he only had them.
Rasheed Wallace never got healthy.
Yeah, he had that old team. He had an old team for 1 year. I would love to have seen what he could have done had Dolan not mortgaged the future to get him here. I would have loved him to see him play with Ray Felton and play
Because Ray Felton was balling when he got here.
Play with Danilo Gallinari, to play with Wilson Chandler. I wanted to see him play with those guys. And Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah, because when we got Chauncey Billups was out. He was done.
Billups was done.
Yeah, Mr. Big Shot was done.
But I'm seeing something because I saw it with the Brooklyn Nets game with the Knicks when it was at the Barclays, which was really MSG. I think the city is falling in love with Julius Randle.
Yeah.
The city's starting to love this dude.
Julius Randle has become a New York player.
He's playing with that New York grit finally.
Yeah. He's playing. He left that West Coast LA garbage alone finally.
And that New Orleans Pelicans stuff down.
Yeah,
down in New Orleans.
He's understanding that we have a certain expectation of you in New York. And expectation.
He's been dealing with Melo. Melo.
Mm-hmm.
Melo has been his psychiatrist. He's been his trainer. Listen, Melo is talking to that dude. Every game he go over to Melo. Every game, the game over, he go over to Melo.
Melo his daddy now.
Yeah.
Melo
his daddy.
You said it, I didn't.
Listen, I ain't mad at it. Listen, you brother like Kyle, move over. Let me talk to dad.
There you go.
Melo is daddy right now.
It's working.
That's okay.
It's
because
working.
if anybody knows how to handle the pressure with grace of New York, that's Melo. Melo handled it very, very well. So I agree that if he was able to play with the team the Knicks had assembled prior to him coming here, I think the Knicks would have been in far better shape now than they were.
We would have had a better chance because that was before LeBron went to Miami.
Correct.
LeBron wasn't in Miami.
Correct.
So we had a shot.
Well, no, LeBron had just gone to Miami.
Celtics. We had to play the Big Three Celtics, but
I think we could have taken them because they were older and we were young and athletic, and we had Melo and Amari Stoudemire, who Melo was going to cook Paul Pierce, and Amari was going to give KG fits.
Because Amari was still unstoppable on the pick and roll. Yep. Nobody could stop him on pick and roll to the basket. Just book it.
He was dunking on everybody.
Yeah, you wasn't stopping that. Pick and roll to the basket, prime Stoudemire. You can't stop that.
Now, I agree with parts of this point, Pierre. The city loves this team, and that's really because of Brunson. However, they're still trying to push it like it's Randall's team. Truth is, it's Jalen's team. Yes, Jalen has emerged as a superstar, but there is no discounting the fact that Randall is integral. We talked about it the other night, how Jalen is your one. Randall can very well be your 1A if he stops making some
1A. There you go.
So, at this point, it's both of their team.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm sorry to go over.
No, you're good. Go ahead. You're good.
I think OG is getting ready to be positioned to be the 2.
Really? Over Randall?
Yeah.
I think Randall's gonna be the 3.
I think Randall's gonna end up being the 3 before it's all said and done. I don't think it's gonna be a 1A. I don't think it's gonna be a 2. I think they're gonna be interchangeable at the 2. OG gonna be the 2 some night. Randall gonna be the 3. Randall gonna be the 2 some night. OG gonna be the 3.
And that's fine.
Brunson's gonna remain the 1.
He's the 1.
That's not changing.
Brunson is your alpha. We know who the man on this team is. Brunson is your alpha.
That's not changing. But I think OG and Randall are going to be like tonight. OG was the clear 2 tonight. He was the clear 2. Even though he had more points than Brunson still was the floor general from what I saw in the highlights. But I think they're going to be interchangeable at that 2 and 3 alpha. I think it's going to be any given night. OG can be the 2.
And that's fine. That's fine. Because, if you got 3 guys that can potentially close, that's because you got 2 guys who can definitely close on the offensive end, and you got a guy who can close on the defensive end. Lost in that Brooklyn win the other night was that block by Anunoby that led to the pass to Randall to seal the game.
And Brunson said that was the play of the year.
Yeah, you got a guy who can close the game on the defensive end. So this is a guy who can win you a close game with his defensive prowess.
And
That's saying
again,
something.
no Isaiah Hartenstein. That's
Right.
the thing. This is gonna get scary when this dude come back and he's back in his position, and OG can roam like
Can
he
roam a
was
little bit
before.
more like he was. Yep.
I'm
And
like
let's
you. I'm
not
trying
forget-
not to jump out the window.
Don't forget who the number one offensive rebounder was before he got injured.
Isaiah Hartenstein.
No, Mitchell Robinson.
Oh, yeah, but Hartenstein has been picking it up since he been hurt too.
And now Hartenstein is the number one offensive.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
So when we get them both of them guys back,
Hartenstein putting up Bill Russell type numbers every night. We're like, what is happening here?
there's no drop off with Hartenstein and Robinson. There's no drop off.
Yeah, that's true.
I like Hartenstein a little bit better because he can pass.
He's got enough. He has an offensive game. Yes, he has an offensive game. Not
They
only
don't-
can he pass,
they-
he can score. He's got his little floater from 8 feet too.
But he
That's
can
what
shoot
I'm saying.
jumpers. But they said Tibbs don't let him. They said he can shoot
Yeah.
the three.
Yeah, Hartenstein. When if you watch him 2 years ago with the Clippers,
He was
a
hitting
stretch
threes.
five. He's a stretch
Yeah.
five. Hartenstein is actually a stretch five. He just doesn't get to shoot as much.
That's why this year is so important, because I believe this is Hartenstein, the last year of his contract.
It's his walk year.
It is. This is the walk year. The
We're
Knicks
gonna
have
have
a
to-
couple people. There's a couple people that's got to get paid. Hartenstein's got to get paid. OG's got to get paid. You got a couple people that's got to get paid.
OG
We can't
getting
pay them all. OG
getting
gonna get
paid.
his.
You can pay Hartenstein and OG.
Yeah, you can pay both of them.
You can pay them both, especially if you roll with what you got. And if there is an open roster spot right now, so we're actually shorter player. So we're good. We're in good shape right now. And Mitch is absolutely a defensive monster. I need to see Mitch get an offensive bag. I need to see him get an offensive bag
I think he got one.
because on the offensive end we can't play. Mitch doesn't have good hands, and that drives me crazy. How many? If it's not a lob directly at the rim, Mitch can't even catch the ball in the low post,
I was
and
going
that
to
drives
say.
me crazy.
I was going to say the thing he can do is catch lob. I was just going to say that. Yeah.
I want Mitch to have a bag, Dave. I really do, because you can't. Number one, we can't play 4-on-5 on the
And
offensive end of the court.
Sometimes teams are playing us that way.
Well,
when
that's
he's out
exactly
there.
what's happening. So you give Julius in the pinch post, and you'll see that the opposing team center is always lurking because Mitch is not a threat. They can't do that with Hartenstein because he's an offensive threat.
Listen, he'll roll to the basket, lay it up, dunk it,
Right.
shoot the
And
floater.
he can catch and finish.
Yeah.
Hartenstein can catch finish. He can catch it, and if you close on him, he's going to find the open guy in the opposite corner. Like, Hartenstein is a real threat on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fellas, listen.
We've been said we
real.
don't want Spider no more. we don't need Spider.
No.
I agree.
good.
He don't fit with the Knicks.
We don't need Spider. I listen. I said it before. You weren't on that night, Ted. I said it before. With the Spider conversation, my thought is simply this: Jalen Brunson was not the point guard we wanted, but he was the point guard we needed.
Absolutely.
He was not. We
'Cause listen,
all wanted
nobody-
Spider
we
initially.
listen, I didn't hear too many people say, "Oh, this is giving a ring endorsement" when the Knicks signed Brunson. We was all like, "What?
Right.
They signed who?" We was all focused on
Spider.
Spider. That's what we was focused on. And then when the Knicks went out and got him, we was like, last year we was like, "What?" Even this
But
year,
he shocked
when we
us.
signed
He shocked
DiVincenzo,
us.
we was like, "Why they signing DiVincenzo for?"
Yo, Devo has been a revelation. Devo, I knew he was a good shooter. I had no idea he was this good. I had no idea he was this good.
I don't think anybody did.
But this is a man with a ring. So you got to remember, Devo's got a ring with
Listen,
Milwaukee.
I'm telling you, the Knicks are. Now y'all know normally I don't be saying nothing in the year. I'm telling you, I feel really good about this Knicks team. Now y'all ain't never heard me say that.
Yeah, yeah.
Dave, you know.
That's
Dave, you know.
right.
You ain't
Never.
never.
I
I'm
feel like
telling
this team
you,
is special.
I feel good this year about this team as it's presently constituted.
Yes,
If they
right
get
now.
somebody else, okay. But even right now, I feel that this could go at least to the ECF.
Yep.
I like this comment, Pierre, and that's very true. There are only two players that I would add to this team right now, and if you can't get them, we roll with what it is, and they are DeJounte Murray from Atlanta or DeMar DeRozan from Chicago. Those are the only two players I would add.
You wouldn't do Bruce Brown?
I don't want to give anything up for Bruce Brown.
You know what I heard in the wind?
Like that's
Alec
my
Burks.
thing. Like I don't want to give up.
And
I don't wanna
Alex
give
Burks, yeah, we talked about that the
Yeah,
other
we talked
night.
about Burks. Yes. With the Bruce Brown piece, I don't want to have to give up Grimes to get Bruce Brown though.
I
No.
agree.
Like that's not a move I make. I don't trade one of my young pieces.
Do
for
you
Bruce.
give up Grimes for Alec Burks?
No, I think Alex Burks is going to be bought out.
Yeah, I heard that they're going to buy him out and then the Knicks are going to pick him up.
Yeah, I think he's going to
on
be
the
bought out.
exemption. Yeah.
And that's why and that's one of the reasons why, again, finally a competent front office.
Leon Rose
This is the reason why they left that roster spot open.
is for Alec Burks.
If somebody comes available.
If they can't get those two guys you talking about, they're going to get Alec Burks.
Yep.
Woo! I love it.
Yeah,
I do too.
And that's
I
true,
do too.
Pierre. And that's the thing. And you know what? That's a salient point there, Pierre. I don't need another OG. I don't need another Josh Hart type.
Because that's what Bruce Bowen is.
Yeah, I don't need another. Josh
Bruce
Hart.
Brown.
Yeah.
Bruce Brown.
I like him. If I didn't have Josh Hart, I would take Bruce Brown. But I've got Josh Hart, so I don't need another Josh Hart type.
I agree.
I need somebody who can score, who can play with the second unit, who can push things, and who can get his own shot.
And I like DeRozan better than Murray. I like DeRozan better than Murray because DeRozan don't settle for he's the king of the mid range, and I love
mid-range.
Sometimes you just need that mid range jumper to break the monotony or to stop a run. You don't need to run to the 3-point line all the time. And DeRozan plays defense, and he can hit the mid range jumper.
Where did you hear this, Teddy? I need to get this confirmed. What? Dame Lillard asked for a trade. I haven't heard that.
I heard that.
I haven't heard this.
I heard it too. Because he didn't like how this coach thing went.
They say he wants out of Milwaukee. He don't want to play for Doc. I heard that too. He's not the only one that heard. I heard it too.
See, that's not really a Dame Lillard thing though. That would be shocking.
Why do you think it is? They got a dumpster fire going on right now, man.
Well, I agree.
Oh yeah.
But Dame Lillard has never been that kind of guy.
He's later in his career now. He getting old. He want a ring. He left Portland to come there to win, not be a part of drama. He ain't never been a part of no drama.
He ain't been in no drama. He been at one team all his career. He ain't used to this.
Right. He
ain't used to this stuff.
No, he's not used to that. And he's not that dude. He's a player's guy. He pumps up his teammates and he's always complimenting other people. And he's kind of quiet. He really don't, he just go out there and do his thing. So
and you're right, McFadden. We talked about that. I don't blame him for not wanting to play for Doc because he's a choke job in the playoffs. Yeah.
6-10 in game 7. 6-10.
Personally, that's too many game 7s as a coach, but that's another conversation.
And he lost his last 5 game 7s.
He also
that's unheard of.
Dave, he on a 5-game losing streak in game 7s.
That's crazy.
Here's a stat I picked up as well. He has blown the most 3-1 leads.
Yes,
in
NBA
history.
In NBA history, he's blown the most game 7s in NBA history. And you fire the coach and bring this guy in? I asked for a trade too.
Thanasis was actually originally drafted by the New York Knicks. That little history for you. Giannis Antetokounmpo was a second-round pick of the New York Knicks many years ago. So
Listen.
he has already won the Knick uniform. He won number 43 while he was with us briefly for the season. He was with us before he left and hooked up with his brother out there in Milwaukee. But Thanasis was actually a New York Knick. Yes.
Yes, he was. Yes. Listen, I'm telling
That boy can't play no basketball.
That's what I hear. That's part of what got Adrian Griffin fired.
Yeah, he wanted to get rid of him.
Listen.
He said Thanasis was committing insurance fraud.
Listen. He got the Haslam deal.
Yeah.
That's what he got. He got the Haslam deal. You just sit on the bench, get paid millions, and be a cheerleader.
Yep. Him and
That's
Robin
it.
Lopez. They're both. Him and Robin Lopez are both on that team because their brothers are on that team.
That's it. And they getting paid. Listen, they're like support animals. They
Mascots.
They there to support
Support animals.
Support
Did
dogs.
I say that? Did I really say that?
Yeah,
did.
you did.
You did, J-Mac. You did.
They support dogs. Oh my
That's because
God.
I saw two support animals in the Atlanta airport. I was sitting next to this guy today in the chair.
Lessons overseer Jay Hen.
Your boy Porzingis, he hurt again.
Porzingis'
He out.
ankle is done.
He hurt again, Jay
You know, he's
Hen.
gonna be out
What
for
say
2
ye?
weeks.
What say ye?
Yeah.
They called them overpaid water boys. Yep, that's what they are.
They support
Overpaid
animals.
support.
And it's true, Mike. Yeah, Gilbert Arenas said that on his podcast. That Doc has coached the most Hall of Fame players and only has one ring. And think about it.
Woo!
Doc couldn't win with Tracy McGrady in Orlando.
3-1 lead. 3-1 lead. They had a 3-1 lead on Detroit when he was down there.
He won one ring in Boston for the entire time he was there.
With the big three.
He won
And
one ring.
Listen, Doc Rivers ain't the only one riding that ship. So is Garnett and Pierce. They ride that ship. God.
I mean, in Pierce's case, I'll give him that because, you know, he was a lifetime Boston Celtic until they traded him to Brooklyn. But he's always going to be a Celtic. So I'll give Pierce that. I ain't even mad at him about that. He can ride it. Doc can. Doc cannot. Then from there, Doc moves on to the Clipper job. He inherited a team that was supposed to walk to the Western Conference Finals.
Lob City. He inherited. He was the mayor of Lob City.
He loses there in the second round. The next year after they fire him, Tyronn Lue gets them to the Western Conference Finals.
Right.
He goes to Philly. You've got Joel Embiid and James Harden and Ben Simmons and can't
And
win.
a prime Ben Simmons. Don't forget that.
And can't win.
Man.
He's not good.
5-game losing streak in Game 7.
And I like Doc Rivers, man, but you can't
I was
you
gonna say
can't
that.
hide
I like
it.
that. Yeah.
I
You
like
can't
him
hide
as a
it.
person. I
Yeah, as
like
a
him as an analyst. I like him as an individual. When that stuff was going on in LA, he spoke out about it when he was the coach, when Sterling was a racist. I give him all of that. But the numbers are the numbers. He is a choker in Game 7. He has a 5-game losing streak in Game 7. You ain't never heard nothing like that in your life.
Choke artist.
I'm sorry.
No, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely
And this is what I
right.
said too. Bringing in Doc Rivers is not going to make Dame Lillard play defense. Either you want to play defense and you a baller, y'all ballers.
Mm-hmm.
Either you want, and you know this, either you have the mentality to play it or you don't. It doesn't matter what coach is in front of you. You got to have it in here and in here to play defense.
That's right.
Shaq said it the other night. He said, to drop from 4th in the league in defense to 22, he's like, that's not on the coach. That's
the players. They
gotta want to play defense. And Shaq said it. He said, don't get me wrong. He said it by himself. He said, no, I'm not the guy that's going to give it to you defensively for 48 minutes. But late in the game, if I need a stop, I'm going to get that
I'm
stop.
gonna give you a stop.
He knew how to play in spurts. He knew how to pace himself. When he needed to go up and make a block,
he did it.
When he needed, as he say, touch up somebody for coming in the lane, he did it.
Mm-hmm. If he needed a rebound, he got it.
He got it.
And
so
that is absolutely true.
I just want to see how it's going to turn out. I mean, they already got a 30-13 record. I mean, they're already in second place.
They're in second place.
They're in second place.
But for how much longer? That's the real question. For how much longer are they going to be in second place?
And
Indiana, New York is coming, and Indiana is coming. Those teams are coming.
I feel like Indiana, though, has peaked. I feel like they peaked early. I really do. I think they'll be in the conversation, but I think Indiana is going to probably finish somewhere between 5th and 7th. I don't see them making that move to the next. I will tell you who can make that move. Obviously, the Knicks. Cleveland could make that move as well if they get their heads on straight, because talent-wise, they have enough players, but they just lost a player for 25 games.
Yeah.
Tristan Thompson.
Tristan Thompson.
Suspended for 25 games.
Substance abuse.
He messed with them Kardashians. Them guys.
Don't call no names.
Well, them K girls make all of our basketball players do drugs. They had Lamar out. Lamar out there on drugs.
OJ's lawyers' children. That's what we were.
That's worse than my. That's worse than my comment. That's worse than my.
That was worse.
My service animal comment.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
They done messed up Kanye. They done messed up Lamar Odom. Now they messed up Tristan Thompson.
Ted Morris. Listen, I see your comment. I cannot.
I wanted to write it on. I wanted to put it in writing on Facebook today, but the Lord wouldn't let me. I wanted to say it so bad, and you said it. I wanted to say it so bad. I wanted to say it's the K curse.
The K curse.
Yeah.
Listen, look at Humphreys. Humphreys got out of the league.
Chris Humphreys' life was over after messing with Kim Kardashian.
We ain't heard from Chris Humphreys again.
Never again. Like he had a good career until he started.
He did.
He was in Brooklyn doing all right. He was doing all right.
Jumping on everybody.
And it was just all downhill.
And we heard from that man since. We don't even know where to find him.
Yep, that's the truth. That is the
I blame Ray J.
Right. Making that dog on video.
Not Ray J. Listen.
Making that video.
Don't forget, before Ray J, she ruined Reggie Bush.
She sure did.
She ruined Reggie Bush, and he ended up out of the league.
Yep. That's a curse. That family's cursed.
He went to the Saints, and then went to the Detroit Lions, and we ain't heard from him again.
Even with Adams, you ain't heard nothing from Pete Davidson since he started messing with her. Like
he got a Taco Bell. He had a Taco Bell commercial, and we ain't heard from him again.
That's it.
That family ruins careers.
He had a Taco Bell commercial. He had a Taco Bell commercial, and we ain't heard from him again.
Matter of fact, do they still make Wheaties? Do they still have Wheaties cereal?
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah.
I'm about to say he done messed up
Wheaties box. They still be putting them up there.
They still put Bruce Jenner on the Wheaties box.
Listen, I'm concerned. I'm concerned with all our black girls getting hooked up with Common, because it's like when you get hooked up with him, your career ended. Your career start ending. They get hooked up with Common, you don't hear from them again.
I think Jennifer Hudson hooked up with him now.
Well, she had him on the show the other day. That's why I'm saying that.
Well, I hope that she don't mess up her career. We love her. I don't want to see.
Look at what happened to Tiffany Haddish. She got hooked up with him. We ain't heard from her no more.
From a sense.
Serena, he hooked up with Serena. Serena career ain't been the same since.
Jesus.
There are some people.
Come on, Davey. You know I'm telling the truth.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I don't want no cease and desist letters coming to this podcast. We need them kind of problems. We still trying to build our audience. Once again, Knicks win big tonight. 122-84, 38-point win over the defending champion Denver Nuggets. Saturday afternoon, 3 p.m., Knicks and the Miami Heat. There will not be a podcast on Saturday. It's an afternoon game, and my children's birthday party will be going on.
And the Royal Rumble. Don't even try it. And you watching the Royal Rumble.
And the Royal Rumble is happening. So there will not be a podcast on Saturday. Although I'll be watching both the game and the Rumble from
Yes. I know you will.
So thank God for streaming.
D-Lo, you know I'm hating, right? That's why I said it, because I ain't gonna be.
You gonna be on the plane.
I'm gonna be on the plane. That's why I brought it up. I'm hating right now.
Thanks to she who shall not be named.
Thanks to she who shall not be named.
But we pray for a safe flight for you in. But hopefully we'll be celebrating a Knick win, along with a great show at the Royal Rumble. It'll be interesting to see. Rumor has it in the WWE that Triple H has let Cody Rhodes know that he will not be finishing his story this year.
That's what I heard.
It looks like Roman is a go for WrestleMania 40.
They need to take the title out of it, though.
I agree, but I don't think they're going to.
But I heard the title is going to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Which is already tipping us to let us know The Rock is not winning.
Roman is going to continue. You're right, Teddy Simpson. Vince is in trouble. Yes.
Yeah, he's been indicted. Not indicted. He's been accused.
He's been accused.
Sexual
assault and sex trafficking.
And sex trafficking.
But didn't he already sold it though, right?
Yeah,
he's
but
on the board.
He's the executive chairman of the board of Endeavor. So he's on the holding company that owns WWE. He's the chairman of the board of the holding company that runs WWE. So he might be done for good. Which again, at this point, it's not even that big of a deal.
It's time for him to go.
Yeah, the Endeavor already put him out the pasture in terms of the day-to-day of the WWE, which has proven to be a good thing. I appreciate how Paul has been running the WWE creative. It's been done great. Nick Khan running the day-to-day of the WWE has been brilliant because they print money over there at the WWE right now. So Vince doesn't need to be involved. He can go back home to Connecticut, sit in his mansion, and just chill out.
He got
$9 billion. He's sitting on $9 billion, and then he sold some of his stock, and then he retained chairmanship. He got plenty money. What are you sticking around for?
He sold that. He got that $9 billion because he knew this was coming down the pipe.
Vince is like those pastors that get used to a certain sort of lifestyle and just won't retire.
They don't want to retire.
They know they need to just get out the pulpit, but they still get up there 90 years old. They're going to preach till they die. Like I've heard preachers, we've all heard preachers say, I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. And I always go, well, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm looking at retirement.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm looking at retirement.
I got a job with a pension. So I'm going
to go This generation right here will kill you. You better get out when you can. There's cry, and the next day talking about who going to pass us now.
And Davey may not have a pension, but he got royalty checks, so he can retire too.
That's
so,
I'm going.
Right. So, like, we don't need the pastor till we're 90. We good.
Listen.
No.
We don't.
Listen, I got a retirement too from transit, sitting there waiting for me at 62. It's waiting for me.
It's waiting for you. Exactly. That's what you need. Like I will not be doing this for the rest of my life. I'm gonna sit down in the corner somewhere and let my kids or whoever the Lord say run it and do what they do. And
let somebody else
enjoy Jesus and come to church if I feel like it.
There you go.
If I don't feel like coming that Sunday, I ain't coming. They got it. That's what it's going to be. Well, we thank you all. Ted said, because Dave is married to the cake queen. That's true. So he has multiple streams of income. Davey has multiple streams.
Amen. And we about to do them CBD, them brownies, them special brownies. We still trying to get it together.
Edibles?
Yeah, I heard this is what they told me allegedly that Kim Burrell uses the edible gummies and brownies before she sings
Oh God.
for
Oh, God.
anxiety.
That's why she told that lady, baby, I'm singing not now,
He
not
said
yet.
it's a solo.
Not yet. No.
Kim Burrell said it's a solo, baby. I'll let you know when.
It's a solo, baby. I'll let you know, baby. I'll let you know.
Yo,
That's what it was. She had a brownie, baby.
it got to be something because the last couple years,
Allegedly.
Kim been kind of crazy with the mouth the last few years.
Allegedly.
Kim been saying some wild stuff the last few years, so it wouldn't.
Well, Davey said allegedly she been eating some edible brownies, so maybe that explains.
Simpson said, "Okay, good night." Davey does this every day. Yes, Davey takes the show in a completely different way every single episode that he's on.
He
Every
shifts
single
us.
one.
He shifts us.
He is an atmosphere shifter.
Yes.
Yes. You gotta shift it.
Superior said that's why she always going over people while it makes it. Yes, Superior. That's what I'm starting to think. The second part with her explaining herself, not for nothing. She looked high when she. Okay, I'm shut up.
Oh, see? Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I ain't lifted up.
Oh God.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yes, Teddy. She's in a.
Well, I got video proof, so I'm gonna send the video. I'm gonna send y'all the video. This is.
Send it in the
I
group.
got proof
Send it in
of
the
this.
Send it in the group text. Send it in the group text.
You
After
got
she was
proof of the brownies?
Allegedly.
You got
The
proof of the brownies?
gummy bear.
Oh, the gummy.
She's a gummy bear.
The edible, the gummy. She's a gummy.
She's a gummy bear.
I got the proof. CBD.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Everybody hashtag in the comments. Allegedly. I'm not trying to get sued. Please.
D-Lo, get us out of here,
Hashtag.
please.
And you are not responsible for what you say when you're high. So we got to give her a pass. Allegedly.
D-Lo, get us out of here. Get us off of this broadcast.
Thank you all for watching. Knicks win tonight, 122
Get
to
us out of
84.
here.
Saturday afternoon, Knicks Heat, 3 p.m. live from Madison Square Garden. Thank you all for joining us. Thanks to all of you. Superior, Teddy, all of you. Overseer Allen, Bishop L, who was with us earlier, Mother Simpson, my brother Pierre, Pastor Andy Tate, and all of you. Thank you all so much for being with us on tonight. Join us next week. Until then, orange and blue skies over New York City. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
And stay away from them clouds.